Okay, let's go ahead and open up the door for this live stream and this live Zoom. Folks, hello and welcome to Daily with Doc. My name is Becca Dukes. I am excited to have you join us. So please, if you're watching on any of the platforms where we are live streaming, make sure that you comment. Let us know that you are there and where you are joining us from. And if you would like to join us live, you are more than welcome to join us live here in the Zoom room by going to dailywithdoczoom.com. And we want to say hello also to all of our radio listeners that are out there listening on the different radio programs as you are on your drive or in the office listening. We want to say hello. Thank you so much for taking time and including us in your day as well. Now, this program is being sponsored by Daily with Doc, which is a group of coaches within the longevity family. So we are associates that we have found the solution to so many different health concerns. It's worked for us, and we have that confidence in knowing that it'll work for you, which is why we are here today, and we have put together this program, Daily with Doc. Now, this is a resource for a very large, amazing community of associates and coaches. So if you were invited by somebody specific to join in on the Zoom, watch the live stream, watch the replay, please make sure that you get back with them. If you are watching this because you're one of our newsletter followers and you have not worked with anybody and you would like to work with somebody, you are more than welcome to go to dailywithdoc.com. Make sure that you fill out that newsletter. Actually, the newsletter is for everybody. But if you have questions, you can submit your questions there, and we will either ask them here on the air, if it's something that doesn't get asked commonly, or if it does get asked often, we'll also ask it, but we'll also get you in connection with a health coach. So please let us know if you're interested in that. You can also use that contact us on the website, or the contact tab on the website, for those who have never spoken to anybody about longevity, have never tried the products, or nobody referred you to this program. So we want to make sure that everybody's being taken care of by the person who should be taking care of them. All right. So the person that referred you to this program, make sure that you get back to them. Let them know that you watched and tell them thank you for taking the time and caring enough about you to share. The content of this program is for educational purposes only. It is not intended or meant to take the place of your primary care physician. And the statements have not been evaluated by the FDA because they make us say that our products and this program are not meant to treat, diagnose, cure any diseases. But folks, the doctor that we have on with us each and every day here on Daily with Doc, he has actually... Yep, I got it, Doc. Sometimes the host gets muted because I'm in the wrong spot. But Dr. Wallach has actually sued the FDA 8 times, folks, and won, so that we can make statements and actually force the manufacturers to put nutrients in things like baby formula, which then resulted in a significant reduction in sudden infant crib death. Folks, there's a lot of things that we can do on our own. We are empowered individuals. And the program that you're about to listen to gave me hope because of the science of epigenetics, which Dr. Wallach is also one of the founding fathers of. I was given hope that all of these different poor health conditions that I was experiencing symptoms of, that my parents experienced symptoms of, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, is not genetic. It's what was being put in our mouths, and most importantly, what was not going into our bodies that was causing the deficiencies that created those poor health conditions. So when you've got a deficiency, what do? You correct it. And that's what you're going to learn more about today on our program, Daily with Doc. Well, Dr. Wallach, oh, one more thing. Folks, we have a drawing going, and as a thank you to you for helping us share this program and get the word out, we want to enter you into our giveaways. So go to dwdgiveaway.com. That's dwdgiveaway.com, and make sure that you complete the information. Share us on the platforms that you are connected with, like our videos, and don't forget to subscribe. So we just want to say thank you to all of you for helping us share this message. Now, Dr. Wallach, I know that you have been working on each and every day content, information that is empowering to others on what they can do to help themselves. And on today's topic, let's talk about bones and the different conditions that are associated, whether they're commonly thought of as being associated with bones, or some of the things that people don't think about when it comes to having to have healthy bones. So tell us about bones, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, well, bones are kind of a universal tissue you find in many, many species. And we're talking about animals and humans, whales, dolphins, elephants, rhinos, buffalo, deer. We're talking about impala, antelope. We're talking about water buffalo. We're talking about wombats, rabbits, coyotes, wolves, lions, tigers, and bears, human beings. Bones are in all mammals, and we could go into the reptiles and amphibians have bones also, but let's just talk about mammals today. Otherwise, it's too crazy. And to make a long story short, I discovered the cause, prevention, and cure of many, many diseases, including bone diseases. My first scientific article was written on a sudden death of 500 sheep. They all died of hypothermia, and I got that published. And Marlon Perkins, the old Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom show, which I had worked for him for many years, he took the raw materials. It hadn't even been published yet. It was published a year later. He took that publication, got a $21 million grant from the National Institutes of Health to do pathology on zoo animals in big cities around the world. And I was chosen because that thesis actually was what got the grant. So they made me the pathologist on the project. And it was a 10-year project, did 20,000 autopsies and 465 or something like that species of animals, including humans. And all these species get these bone diseases. Bones are kind of giving up minerals or taking on minerals depending on the environment. Okay, they're not poured concrete, and doctors treat your bones like they're poured concrete. Oh, you have bad bones, we're just going to amputate your leg, give you an artificial leg. That's silly. We can regrow those bones. Okay, just have to pay attention to the details. Okay, well, let's look at two very common bone diseases. One is osteoporosis, the other one is arthritis. Two very common bone diseases. And osteoporosis can be in a newborn baby. It could be in an older person. It has really nothing to do with age. It's very common in older people. Then same way with arthritis. It could be in newborn babies or preteens. And in fact, right now in America, under 16 years of age, there's 300,000 registered juvenile arthritis patients under the age of 16 years of age, 16 years of age, 300,000 in the United States, 300,000 American kids with arthritis, juvenile arthritis, okay? And the cost to us just to treat arthritis, just to treat the symptoms, not to prevent it or cure, but just to treat the symptoms, pain, noise, and all that kind of stuff, wearing all kinds of things on your knees and your hips and your shoulders and your wrists and ankles and toes and fingers and oh my, plus surgeries and so forth. We spend $626.8 billion with a B, $626.8 billion just to treat the symptoms of arthritis. That's absolutely criminal. Okay, it should cost you just pennies a day with nutrition. And once you get everything in the right area, you can cut the cost considerably because it doesn't take much to maintain what you have if it's in good shape. Okay. Then let's jump to osteoporosis for a moment. Osteoporosis specifically deals with the bone. Arthritis includes the joints, which has bone, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes one cell. So you have a very complex mineral need when you have for the bone joints, okay? But for the bones themselves, it's very simple mineral deficiency diseases. Now, I hope everybody's sitting down because the three communities, and we're talking about the whole world now, but out of the whole world, we take three communities together because we eat kind of the same way. The United States, Canada, and the European Union, each year we spend combined 6.5 trillion with a T, $6.5 trillion just to treat the symptoms, not to prevent or cure osteoporosis. Okay, so if you take that 6.3 trillion, our contribution to that is over 2.3 trillion. You add that to 626.8 billion. So we have just about $3 trillion worth of money we're putting out there just to treat simple nutritional deficiencies, osteoporosis and arthritis. Absolutely criminal, okay? And so we came up with, for Theo Ratliff was one of our first famous patients. Theo Ratliff, a great basketball player, had bone-to-bone arthritis in his knees and his hips, and they were going to take his knees out and give him artificial knees and deal with his hips the same way. And he lost his contract with the big basketball team he was playing for, okay? And it was a $35 million contract. Well, one of his teammates, okay, let's see here.
Mike Glenn.
Mike Glenn, yeah, thank you. It'll come to me. Mike Glenn, okay. And he was known as the
Stinger
because he would get shots and he was just standing there looking at you and boom, he'd throw a shot and get a basket, okay. And the Stinger, Mike Glenn, brought Theo to me because he had heard what I've been doing with athletes and colleges and Olympics and professionals. And we came up with the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for him. We took the Healthy Start Pack, which has the 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 minerals, and 3 fatty acids. And we created a new product, a collagen product, okay? This collagen product we called it Glucogel and added that to the Healthy Start Pack. And we called it the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. Well, in just a couple of months, Theo Ratliff regrew his knees and his hips and everything, and he got his position back. And he played for 11 years, made $100 million. You heard me, made $100 million. And he did beautiful things with some of that money. He actually took it and purchased a activity center. It's a community and activity center, okay? And he gives the facility, which is on a big property, free to kids who want to play professional sports and who want to be part of the government and be lawyers and doctors and things like that. So he gives them access to all this training for free. So I just have to take my hat off to Theo Ratliff because he didn't have to do that, okay? But in his great heart, he shared his victory with so many people, okay? Now, we still do this. I mean, this is one of our biggest things is joint problems, bone problems. I get calls, I don't know, 100 times a day, sometimes months, certainly 100 times a month. People call up from all over the world. Even Rebecca has people from all over the world, Africa, East Africa, South Africa, Asia, Europe. And they say, oh gosh, they want to do surgery on my knees and my hips and my back. And his shoulders. Is there anything we can do? Well, give us 90 days. Okay, I would say give us 90 days. And the odds are we can regrow your hips and your knees and your elbows and your shoulders and your vertebrae and stuff. Well, my doctor said that say genetic thing, there's nothing to do about it. Well, your doctor's wrong. Okay. And of course, the only way you can guarantee you're going to get the nutrients necessary to do this, you can't just eat well. And doctors say, oh, don't waste your money on vitamins. No, just eat well, you get everything you need. That's not true. 2/3 of your 90 essential nutrients, 60 of the 90 are minerals, and plants do not make minerals. Nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. And so we learned this in the agricultural industry. Again, I have a degree in agriculture, I have a degree in veterinary medicine, I have 3 postdoctoral fellowships, pathology. My thesis from those 20,000 autopsies, it's in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, because I showed there were no genetically transmitted diseases, and no genetically transmitted diseases. That freaked everybody out. Okay. And so we were able to come up with formulas to rebuild all the bones and ligaments and tendons and connective tissue and so forth, and the joints and the long part of the bones. Okay. And so this is something that is unimpeachable. Okay. We have 23 books that are bestsellers, including that the thesis that's in the Smithsonian Institute was published into a book, and it is available, but it's expensive. Sells for $25,000 to $35,000 each, depending on what country you're in. Okay, so we came up with a summary of that book. Okay, it's called Diseases of Exotic Animals, because we were doing a lot of autopsies from zoo animals in all the big cities around the world. We came up with a book called Epigenetics, or one of the founders of epigenetics, the science of epigenetics, which has taken the place of genetics. And all of these nutritional deficiencies are in this book, Epigenetics. And I'm so very proud. On the back of it, it shows me receiving the Klaus Schwarz Award for discovering the cause, prevention, and cure of cystic fibrosis, supposed to be one of those terrible genetic birth defects. The cause, prevention, and cure of muscular dystrophy, supposed to be a genetic birth defect, and also to get rid of sudden death syndrome. Okay, mothers were supposed to be laying on their babies and suffocating. So just by putting these nutrients into the baby formulas, and that's the lawsuit that Becca was talking about, where with Jonathan Emord, we sued the FDA in federal court 8 times, prevailed, forced the manufacturers of baby formulas to put these nutrients in there. Cystic fibrosis went away, muscular dystrophy went away, and sudden death syndrome went away. Now we're working on several others. Okay. You know, the bread and butter, just the everyday stuff, is arthritis, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, diabetes. Those are all simple nutritional deficiencies. And of course, right now, we're really finishing up something called, Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease. I want you to think, you know, again, that's a genetic thing, an old age thing. No, it's very simple nutritional deficiency disease. And deer get it. Deer get it. Okay, large herds of deer that have 1,000 deer, and 3 of them will get what's called chronic wasting disease. And the bad guys want you to think that it's caused by prions. I'm a pathologist, I've never seen a prion under a microscope. You can see a virus, you can see a bacteria, you can see a fungus, but you can't see a prion because it's just a made up name. Okay, so that they can't say, I don't know, say, oh, it's caused by prions. At any rate, these deer have all the same symptoms as people as humans with Alzheimer's disease, multiple sclerosis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, Parkinson's disease, including all the tremors, frontotemporal dementia, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, also known as mad cow disease, ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. All these are found in these deer. They find 3 of them in a herd of 1,000, and the bad guys want to have all 1,000 deer killed because 3 of them didn't eat everything they should have, or weren't where these things were available. And so they got these diseases, and we have supplements. We gave, as my degree in agriculture, we gave the supplements to the animals, and these diseases will go away. And so that's what we're working on now, to get this into these herds of deer, and we will eliminate this false belief that this chronic wasting disease is caused by prion infections. No, it's caused by nutritional deficiencies. and we're going to get them the nutrients, and all this is going to go away. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Rebecca.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. And, we've got people doing a lot of communications out on YouTube that I can see, and I know that there's some out on Rumble as well. But in relationship to bones, which is what we're talking about today, we're talking about frozen shoulder out in YouTube, Dr. Wallach. So what can you tell us about frozen shoulder?
Okay, well, frozen shoulder, has many avenues to get there. And it could be cartilage problems in the shoulder joint. It could be tendon ligament problems. It could be osteoporosis. It could be all of the above. It could be osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the spinal cord. And the spinal cord, when it gets the nerves that go to your shoulder from the spinal cord squeezed, that could be part of the problem. So we have programs that deal with all of these. And so what we do is we get people off all the bad foods: no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no bar, round oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and also carbonated water, because they neutralize stomach acid, so you can't absorb minerals or digest food. Then they need to get, according to body weight, the healthy brain and heart pack, the MSM, collagen peptides, vitamin D3, and I would also use the CM cream topically for pain relief and reduction of inflammation. And I always say, give us 90 days. And usually within 30 to 60 days, you're going to see some magnificent positive changes in frozen shoulders. Okay, don't let them talk to you about doing surgery right away. Okay, that just translates to, I have a kid in college and tuition to do right now, so I need the surgery money. Okay, no, don't do that. Try the nutritional stuff first. You use the CM cream for pain relief, and the odds are we deal with professional athletes, we deal with Olympic athletes, we deal with university athletes that have these problems, and so that's why we came up with these products first. Of course, with Theo Ratliff, Evander Holyfield, he had a heart problem, and we came up with a healthy brain and heart pack for him. We were able to reverse his heart problem. He came back and beat Mike Tyson half to death to get his championship back. When they interviewed him, it was kind of funny. He said, yeah, people ask him, well, how did you come back from your heart issues? Well, I talked to this herbalist, me. He called me his herbalist. Okay, so that I thought that was a funny story. You can look that up when you read his story. He says, yeah, I talked to an herbalist.
That is funny, Dr. Wallach. Now, as you were talking about frozen shoulder and how it could possibly be osteoporosis of the skull because of the nerves being pinched, would that relate also to something like carpal tunnel?
Carpal tunnel could deal with all kinds of stuff. Let's see here, where you get the joints, where your spinal cord splits and half goes down to one leg, half goes down the other leg. Okay. And
how about going to the arms, though? Carpal tunnel is usually in the wrists. That's where mine was anyways.
Yeah, carpal tunnel can be in the wrist. And then, of course, you get all kinds of stuff going on all the way from the skull all the way down to your toes. So the skull can be involved.
All right. And for somebody that has carpal tunnel and RA, rheumatoid arthritis, what would be your recommendation for them at 5'10", 41-year-old male, 200 pounds, no blood sugar issues, and does not have blood pressure issues either?
Okay. So get rid of all the bad foods. I don't have to go through that list again because we've gone through it a couple of times. None of the bad foods. Then at 200 plus pounds, he needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, the full everything twice a day. And this is one of the big mistakes that doctors make. Orthopedists, bone and joint doctors make a big mistake in that they say, well, there's nothing we can do here because this is a genetic thing. And say we do have a antibiotic that sometimes you get a little bit of benefit, but it's just never complete because it's a genetic thing. No, it's 2 diseases. Rheumatoid arthritis is 2 diseases: a simple nutritional deficiency arthritis. I repeat that: a simple nutritional deficiency arthritis, And then there's an infection with a bug called mycoplasma. Okay, mycoplasma causes the rheumatoid factor to come in, and doctors will say, well, yeah, it's an autoimmune thing. Your body's attacking itself. Nothing we can do there. We can give you some pain relief. That's about it. No, if they would give the healthy bone and joint pack, okay, or the healthy brain and heart pack, and the MSM, and the collagen peptides, and vitamin D3, and then for the bug that actually causes the infection, there's an antibiotic called minocycline, like the bait fish, minocycline. Take a 60-day, 2 months regimen of the minocycline, but stay on the nutritional support, the healthy bone and joint pack, and the vitamin D3 and the collagen peptides and all that kind of stuff forever. And usually within 2 weeks, the infection's under control. In 4 to 6 weeks, it's gone, but stay on it for the 60 days. And when you're out of the minocycline, that's good. It wouldn't hurt to buy another batch, so you just have it in case it pops up again. Because where you got it once, you can get it again. The nutritional deficiencies, this is where the doctors fail. They never treat the nutritional deficiencies. They always try to somehow figure out how to get rid of that autoimmune disease, usually with cortisone and prednisone and those kind of things. They get temporary pain and inflammation relief, but the disease will continue to get worse because they haven't dealt with the nutritional part. So minocycline to kill the rheumatoid arthritis bug, which is the mycoplasma, and then our healthy bone and joint pack, our MSM, and the collagen peptides. Okay.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. I know there's a lot of people that are inflicted with RA.
Mm-hmm.
So thankful that's not one of the things that I had to overcome or deal with. Let's go to our hands that are up, Dr. Wallach. And just a reminder, folks, if you are here live with us in the Zoom room, one of the biggest advantages of being here in the Zoom room is the fact that we have the chat going. And in that chat, we have Marilyn and also Phyllis putting in information and doing the transcription of what Dr. Wallach is sharing. So plus helpful hints. You can also include your questions in the chat also, but the people who raise their hands are going to get called on first because those are the ones I can see most. So let's go to the first hand that is up, and my friend Rachel. Welcome to Daily with Doc.
Hello, nice to see you, Rebecca.
You too.
Thank you for taking my question. I'm calling in for a friend. Male, 76 years of age, weight is 165, height is 5'10". He has been taking multiple supplements. He recently had an episode of gout. He took 2 prescribed pills of COLCHICINE. After taking those, 6 days later, he developed major memory loss and confusion. All of the tests that have been done on him, there's been no diagnosis. They did start him now on an anti-seizure medication called Keppra, Keppra, 500 milligrams twice a day, and they are only seeing a slight change in his recall. Physically, when I asked how he's feeling, he is weak and tired, but the memory loss is very significant to those of us who know him.
Okay. Does he have any high blood pressure or diabetes?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So he's got to get off all the bad foods and everybody around him who he lives with and does his laundry with and all that kind of stuff, right? No, absolutely no fried food, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no barley, rhinos, no sugar, no buckwheat, no carbonated water. That's the diet drinks as well as the carbonated water, okay? Because they neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. And then at 165 pounds, I want him to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, full dose everything twice a day. 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. That's going to help rebuild cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes bone itself. Then I want him to also have are, let's see here, synaptive. Take 3 of those twice a day. It'll be 2 bottles a month for our synaptive, so the brain cells can talk to each other. And then I want him to have, let's see here, the 3 doses a day of the, let's see here, the myelin product, okay, or I-26. Okay, he needs 3 of those 3 times a day. I like the chewables, but they do come in capsules. They also come in powder. I think for him, the chewables would be the easiest. They come in French vanilla and also in, let's see here, oh, but yeah, banana coconut. Okay. And so, but I like the vanilla. Okay. French vanilla. Okay. And that's, I take that along with all my other stuff. And this will help rebuild the brain. The gout, if he has problems with his joint, okay, he can also take our CM cream, apply the CM cream to any joint that hurts, whether it's in his neck, his shoulders, his wrists, his elbows, his knees, his hips, his toes, wherever. Okay, that's our CM cream. You can apply that quite lavishly about every 3 or 4 hours because the pain relief and anti-inflammatory relief will last about 3 or 4 hours. Okay, so that's where I would start with this guy. And that wouldn't hurt to get a hair analysis off of him. The book Rare Earthman Cures, chapter 1011, starts at page 272. How to collect the hair, how to package it, where to ship it. Don't forget to put the check in there because the lab won't run the test without it. And this will give us an idea if he was absorbing nutrition. Okay, this will give us an idea of what things he's missing, if he has any toxic metals in him, like lead and mercury and uranium and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing 2 or 3 things at one time here. And so we don't do one after the other. So it's going to take us 6 months to a year to figure out what's going on here. If we do all this at the same time, it'll just take weeks. Okay. So keep us informed because these are the sort of simple things that we get through very easily and help the patients routinely.
Before I go, the supplements that he has been taking, vitamin C, selenium, omegas, should he cease all that?
Okay, have him give it to his dog. Because it didn't help him. It didn't help him. Why would he keep taking something? It didn't help him.
Got it. All right, thank you.
You bet.
All right, thank you, Rachel. And Dr. Wallach, let's just move right along and go to the next hand that is up. And Greg, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello,
Hello,
Greg.
Doc.
Yes,
how are you?
Okay, how can we help you?
Okay, I have a male, 6'3", 230 pounds, has high blood pressure, has an aortic aneurysm, has 1 stent in one of his arteries, had a heart attack because the stent got clogged. And what can we do to make sure that doesn't happen again and get him in better shape?
Okay. Well, he needs to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried food, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and also carbonated water. Then at 230 pounds, I want him to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, full dosing twice a day. He needs 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so he can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, or dinner time. They're going to support and promote maintenance repair, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, including the walls of the arteries, including where he's got the aneurysm. That'll help rebuild the walls of the arteries. Okay. And also, let's see here. We want him to have the Cardio FX. Cardio FX, he can go ahead and take 2 doses a day of that. That's going to help him also with his heart. Let's see here. The high blood pressure, to get 2 bottles a month of our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. You can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch or dinner time, and they will support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries. Okay. And so let's start there. And it's not as difficult as it sounds. The directions and amounts of everything are on. He's going to get 215 nutrients, including the 90, okay, in this program. And when you have a heart issue and an aneurysm issue, okay, this is and high blood pressure. This is a bad combination. Aneurysm, high blood pressure, and heart issue, bad combination. So you got to be really aggressive here. And so this will be something that we keep our fingers crossed. And again, it wouldn't hurt for him to get one of these hair analyses. The book Rare Has Been Cures, chapter 1011, page 272. Follow the directions, including don't forget to put the check in there because the lab won't run the test without the check. Let us know what goes on. Call us every week or so. It's toll free, doesn't cost you anything except a little time. And so, you know, we pay for the call. Okay.
Doc, would that what you were recommending, would that help the aneurysm shrink in size?
Yes, of course, because
Okay.
aneurysm is due to a deficiency. It's due to a nutritional deficiency that causes a breakdown the elastic fibers in the walls of the artery. Okay, we're taking all these nutrients, we're rebuilding those elastic fibers in the walls of the artery.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Hey, you bet.
All right, thank you so much, Greg, for coming on. And let's move over to Zipka, Dr. Wallach. Zipka, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
I have a friend, I believe she's on the call, Gracie Cortez. Her brother is in critical condition in a hospital in, I believe, I don't know. I don't know if he's in Hawaii or not, but he's suffering from a lot of complications from a stroke, I believe, difficulty breathing, fluids in the lungs. He had a second stroke and from infarct to hemorrhage in his brain. A high level of potassium, EKG rhythms not normal. Yesterday's creatinine was elevated from 200 to 1,000. They're saying he needs dialysis because he hasn't had any urine output for a day, and that the doctor's giving him a GCS of between 7 and 8.3. But Gracie said he's not in a coma. He might be on a feeding tube, but he can't speak. Gracie, would you want to come on?
How much does he weigh? And
She wasn't sure how much he weighed, but apparently he's lost a lot of weight with the illness.
Hi.
okay.
Gracie, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
So this is Gracie's brother. This is Gracie here.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
So my brother, so she explained everything what he's going through right now. I haven't had a chance. He's in the ICU. He's actually a veteran in the military. So he's in the hospital right now. And everything that she explained is like what he's going through right now.
How old is your brother and what does he weigh?
He is 63 years old. I honestly have no idea how much he weighs.
Is he bigger than you?
Yes, sir.
How much you weigh?
I am 120.
Okay, so he weighs more than 120.
Yes, sir.
How tall is he?
I believe he's 5'7".
Okay, all right. He's getting rid of all the bad food. Of course, that's easy because he's probably not eating much right now, but he needs to stay away from the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no bar, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no carbonated drinks, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drink's got to go, and carbonated water. And then let's say at 135 to 150 pounds or more, he needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dose everything twice a day. He needs 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so he can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. And if he's not eating and taking supplements and oral stuff, I would get him 2 or 3 quarts a month of our plant minerals, okay? And take 1/3 of a cup of the liquid plant minerals and rub them on his chest, his upper belly and lower belly 3 times a day. Rub them on his back between his shoulder blades, his upper back and lower back 3 times a day. And he'll absorb it through the skin like intravenous. We have a great story. Pastor Mike Freeman up in Baltimore, Maryland, who is in a coma for 6 weeks. And the doctors told his wife that he didn't have but just minutes to live, better come say your goodbyes. And so she and her friend, one of her church mates, Linda Tyler, one of our great associates, who's a member of Pastor Mike's church, goes there, and they called me, is there anything we can do? So I told them to do that. And they rubbed the plant minerals on him, on his chest and his back, as I said. And he comes out of this coma, and he goes to his church, and he makes a DVD, which he recorded. He recorded it, spent 12 hours telling the story. So we have this DVD set available. It's called Praise the Lord and Pass the 90. Okay, and since your brother was in the military, he'll understand Praise the Lord and Pass the 90. You want God on your side, but also when somebody's shooting at you, you want to be able to shoot back at them. So it's Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition, but also Praise the Lord and pass the 90 here. And so you need to get a hold of that CD set and have everybody involved listen to it, get that liquid minerals, I mean ASAP, and start rubbing it on him, because he'll absorb it. And there's miracles happen there. But he also needs the I-26 and synaptive, because you said some things, okay, where he does have stuff going on with the brain, okay. And so when the brain's not functioning, we want to make sure that he doesn't have to deal with the osteoporosis of the skull. He doesn't have to deal with demyelinization of the brain. And demyelinization of the brain is very common, causes Alzheimer's disease, multiple sclerosis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, Parkinson's disease, frontotemporal dementia, Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease, also known as mad cow disease, ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease. All these things, which doctors register as different diseases of old age and genetics, no, they're just simple nutritional deficiencies. And it's a matter of chance which one of these diseases you get, because it depends on where the deficiency hit the brain and spinal cord the worst. That's just random. Okay. All these are the pathology. When you look at the pathology under the microscope, the pathology is all the same, including in those deer that have chronic wasting disease. So call us in a couple of weeks.
The fact that he is in the doctor at the moment, is there a possibility that I'll be able to send, because this is in the Philippines. My brother is in the Philippines right now.
We ship to the Philippines. That's not hard. You have to have somebody there who's going to go stand right up to the doctor and say, look, we want to do this. We understand our brother, our cousin, our son, okay, our husband, whoever this is, our church, we want to be able to do this. And if you don't allow us to do this, we'll take him to another facility.
All right. So, okay. Thank you so much, doctor. I really appreciate this.
Okay. God bless.
Thank you.
One thing that I'd like to add with that, with him being in the Philippines, the liquids are not shipping to the Philippines. We do have the liquid mineral caps that can be put in water, and you open them up, put them in water, shake it up really good, use a spray bottle to spritz that over the body. So that's one way that you can get the mineral onto the skin in another country where we're not shipping the liquids. So just wanted to add that in there. But Gracie will keep him and you and your family in our thoughts and prayers as he's going through this. Let's go right over to the next hand that is up, Dr. Wallach. And Beatrice, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, Beatrice.
Yes,
there
hello?
you go. You're on Live with Doc.
Yes, I have a family member. She is 37 years old, 165 pounds, 5 feet 7 inches. She's having some issue with her thyroid, and her doctor wants to do a needle biopsy. So I was telling her, let's wait and get some information about that. So my question to you is, should she do this, or should you have any other idea that's much better?
Well, she can do an MRI. There's no radiation in an MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Okay, but you get a good understanding what's going on if there's a tumor in there or just an enlarged thyroid. Okay. And so you don't have to do any surgery and that kind of stuff to find out what's going on in the thyroid gland. Do an MRI. Okay. And you can do some blood tests. And then For the thyroid, they need the 90 essential nutrients, 165 pounds, get rid of all the bad foods. Okay. And
Okay.
then you want to make sure you're getting 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dosing twice a day, 2 bottles a month of the MSM. So you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. We have the Fucoid Z. I want to have 3 of those twice a day. There'll be 2 of those little bottles a month of the Fucoid Z. It comes from the algae. I think it's like 8 or 9 different algae from the ocean. And then from a different ocean, we also have the Ocean's Gold. I don't know, we may be back harder on that. I don't know if they got it yet back, but I know we have Fucoid Z. But if they do have Ocean's Gold, or somebody you know has some on their shelf, the Ocean's Gold, you need 3 of those twice a day. That's from a different ocean, another 8 or 9 different algae and getting all these different trace minerals, which makes the thyroid happy. That was my first scientific paper, where 500 sheep died in one night, okay, from hypothermia, because they all had thyroid issues, because they were having nitrate contamination in their drinking water for 6 months. And I got that printed up and written up, and that got me a $21 million grant from National Institutes of Health.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
We know about thyroids. Okay, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, call us, and you should see some results pretty quick. So do call us back. It's toll free, so it's not like you have to spend a lot of money for calling, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You bet. God bless.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you, Beatrice. And let's move right over to Doug. Doug, go ahead and unmute yourself.
How are you?
Okay, how can we help you?
Well, Doc, I'm 68 years old. I'm 6 foot, 175 pounds. About 4 years ago, as a baseline, I've had dry skin pretty much all my life. I'm a redhead and fair skinned, had dry skin all my life. About 4 years ago, I started shedding, basically sloughing off all this dead skin. So I went to 2 dermatologists. These guys are both very experienced. All they want to do is treat it. They don't want to put an end to it. They put me on Rinvoq. That didn't work. They put me on Dupixent. That didn't work. All this really fine dead skin is falling out of me, and it's coming from my pores. Where I have hair, where I have thick hair, like a mustache, things like that. This dead skin's falling off of me is really fine. It's the size of the pores.
Okay, let's stop there. Do you have any high blood pressure, diabetes?
No.
Okay. Do you have any balance problems or ringing in your ears?
Oh, I had tinnitus from cancer treatment, from cisplatin.
Okay, you had radiation treatment? I'm hearing a voice. I'm hearing somebody yelling into a phone or something.
Oh, it sounds like he might have a little bit of background noise from a neighbor, Dr. Wallach.
Okay. Okay, so he needs to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meat. You can block him, will you?
No, I'm going to mute him. I'm not going to block him, Dr.
Well, mute
Wallach.
him. Yeah, thank you. Okay. You get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and also carbonated water. And at 175 pounds, I want to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, full of something twice a day, 2 bottles a month of the MSM. So I take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. I'm going to take the collagen peptides, which the skin is made out of, the collagen peptides. I want him to have, let's see here, 2 of those canisters. So I can take a scoop of this morning drink, scoop of this evening drink. I also want him to get 3 of the little bottles of the hair, skin, and nails. So he can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time, the hair, skin, and nails. Okay. And then, let's see here. I think we've covered all those issues. Let's start there. Let's start there. We even help redheads.
Yes, you do help redheads, Dr. Wallach. And I'll tell you what, once I started on the program, because I understand what he's talking about when it comes to the dry skin, and no matter what I did, it continued to be dry skin. I got on the program. I made sure that I did not forget those essential fatty acids, and I no longer have dry skin like that anymore, Dr. Wallach. So folks, people think that, oh, it's just fish oil. No, it's not. The whole body needs it, including the skin, the brain, the heart, and every soft tissue within the body. So do not forget to take your essential fatty acids. And
That's part of the
yeah,
healthy brain and heart pack.
part of the healthy brain and heart pack. And that's why there's 2 different varieties of EFAs in the healthy brain and heart pack that are going to the United States and to Canada and to the UK. It is a little different going to the Philippines, but they still have the essential fatty acids. Now, Dr. Wallach, I know that you have to get to your next program. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily with Doc. And just as a reminder, Doc, you do not have Daily with Doc tomorrow or Friday.
Okay, that's right. We're going to be somewhere else.
Yes, we are going to be at the Naturopathic Medicine Convention. So folks, if you're one of those people who are joining us each and every day, we want to make sure that you don't show up thinking that we're going to have a show. We want to be considerate that way. So if I could get my co-hosts up on the screen with me, I would greatly appreciate it, because I would not be able to do that without them, or do this without them. We just, we do this each and every day, unless Doc has to be away. And we want to make it available, this information available, so people can attain the information that they need to meet their health concerns, even if those concerns have to do with maintaining good health, because they don't want to be in their later years struggling with health. And that is something that each and every one of us that are here on Daily with Doc as hosts and co-hosts have found the benefits of the nutrition and are confident in knowing that what Dr. Wallach has done through his research, what he has put into his formulas, and what he is recommending will provide great health benefits for each and every one who, 1, orders, 2, opens the box, and 3, takes as directed. So folks, if you are experiencing some things that you want to either maintain or choose a different health journey, make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. If you do not have anybody to thank, we have an amazing team of coaches that are waiting for you to reach out and say, hey, what should I take? You can call 855-949-3377. Again, this is for people who are not working with anybody already. 855-949-3377. And as just a small handful of my coaches that I have with me, because I can't have everybody be a co-host, but those that are available, we have Sherry, who is doing a fantastic job at helping and letting people in, watching those cameras, and helping me with fielding phone calls and emails that are coming in. Phyllis, doing much of the same, but also adding more content into that chat and out on the different platforms, entering in information to share bits of information with those that are out there, also not on or in the Zoom with us. We have Albert from way down in South Africa joining us and helping to let people in, watch cameras, and just really taking his passion to help people to far ends of the earth. That's all I have to say about that. And we have Marilyn, who is just fantastic with her fingers and dictation, adding in that information also into the chat, and doing the same. She has a heart for people, folks. So taking what she has learned as a researcher and putting that into action and helping people with their health. And then we have Mr. Sports Nutrition here, who is helping us get out on all of the different platforms and share the message so that we can reach all age groups as well. That's AJ. Thank you, AJ, for all that you do, as he's also monitoring the different platforms. We have Ruth Ellen Sanchez, my executive production manager, who helps bring it all together, make sure that everything is running right. Thank you so much, Ruth Ellen. And we also have Coach Rod, who is out there on all the different platforms, making sure that he is helping monitor the chat that's going on, helping answer questions, and here also in the Zoom room, and also helping with the phones and emails. So folks, each and every one of us have a position. We have a purpose. And if you're looking for a purpose to take your passion to help people, even if you're just in the beginning stages and wanting to do it, wanting to learn, we have an amazing coaching course called the Certified Holistic Health course that is offered by the Institute of Holistic Health. You can go to coachwithdoc, that's DOC.com, and get more information about our coaching program and sign up. And for the month of August, we actually have a special that's going off that saves 20%. And that's in addition to the payment plan also. So if you'd like more information about that, again, you can go to coachwithdoc.com, get information about the course. If you're interested in the savings program, go to dailywithdoc.com, use that contact option and reach out to us to get information about how you can save 20% on the course. My name is Becca Dukes. Thank you again for joining us here on Daily with Doc. It is my honor and privilege to be able to share my story, my passion, and my confidence in what we are sharing in this program with you, your community, and together we will reach around the world. Until next time, bye for now.
Wait a second. Did
What?
you remember to tell them about Thursday and Friday of this week?
Yes, I did actually.
Was a little late getting on, so I apologize, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. So I reminded Doc that he was not going to be here Thursday and Friday this week. So let me remind everybody else, you can come and show up and watch our waiting room video, but folks, go to the different platforms and watch one of the replays from our programming, because the content that was shared yesterday, the content that was shared 4 months ago still applies today. And I know for a fact that as you're watching, you will think of somebody that information can help. So sign up for our giveaway, dwdgiveaway.com. And as you're watching and subscribing and giving us thumbs up and sharing, you will earn points that will then allow you to earn nutritional products from me. And Dr. Wallach, because he's the one that was instrumental in the formulation and putting longevity together. So we'll see you next week. Bye for now.